You know, one of the coolest things about upper cervical care is that upper cervical care doctors focus on this part of the body, but they see healing all over the body. And so there are so many amazing stories that we would like to share with you. Here are a few.
When we were first married, I couldn't touch Angela's face or run my fingers down her spine. Always been very proud of how she handled all that pain.
At school, sometimes kids do these posters and they put their hands in paint and they stick their hands on the poster. And she wrote this, it was Father's Day. Dear Dad, and of course they helped them write this stuff, but it was in painting. I really love you, I hope you get well. Two little hands. She knew I was sick. She didn't know why. And I didn't know why.
He's about 7 years old, and since birth, he's been paralyzed. A whole half of his face completely paralyzed. And the doctor said, there's absolutely nothing we can do. You're gonna have to live with this for the rest of your life. He started under care a couple months ago, and now he has a crease on his inside of his lip. When he smiles, he can smile with that side of his face, and he's starting to be able to move the upper part of his eyebrow and eyelid. So it's amazing.
So I got off the table, and for the first time, my low back pain was gone. My neck and shoulders it was just like somebody just untwisted a tight dish rag or something, and it just dissipated. And then Michael said, well, take a couple of steps. So I took a couple of steps, and my legs weren't tingling yet. And because I had, I guess, neuropathy, I think is the name of it, but anyway, the tingling. And I took a few more steps, and it didn't. And so I said, well, why don't you walk out to the mailbox? Because I hadn't been able to go out to the mailbox, which was only about, what, 20 or 30 feet?
20 feet, yeah.
So I put on my tennis shoes, and I walked out there, and I kind of just kept going. I walked a mile. So, the next day, I go off to work. I'm in my skirt suit, my heels, carrying my briefcase, the whole thing, walking the 3 city blocks to get into the office. Nobody has a clue. I meet everybody, go through the orientation. No one has a clue that I was like almost immobile for the year before that.
She's dragging her left leg, walking with a cane. Okay, so we x-ray her, adjust her on Thursday night. Saturday morning, she came back into the office to be rechecked. No cane, and lifted her leg up. And I looked at her, and I said, what happened? It blew me away, so to speak. And she says, that's not all of it. You had me lay down for 15 minutes. I have people rest after an adjustment. After I got up, I went to the car, and I put my leg in the car without any help or assistance. That was 20 minutes later. She'd been walking with a cane and dragging that leg around for 6 years. You see why I won't retire?
And I could hear everything. And the ringing stopped. And my back's feeling much more relaxed. I don't have any pain, and tingling stopping. And I got home and I ate something, and it was hardly in. I still had a bit of pain, but there wasn't excruciating pain. It wasn't driving me over. But I was very careful not to use the jaw too much. But I was so happy that I picked up my daughter, Holly. We danced. I had like this until, I think it was like 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And then she was asleep. I took her up to bed, put her down, and I crashed out. And I don't know, I think it was 12 hours, 15 hours, I'm not quite sure. It was a long time. And I woke up and I felt I was a 21-year-old again. And I'm looking in the mirror, and my head's not like this anymore, it's like this.
I have a patient who has cerebral palsy, and a 13-year-old boy. When he first came into my office, he's had multiple surgeries on his arms and legs because his bones were twisted. And when he first came into my office, his right foot flared out, almost horizontal compared to the left foot. The next time he came in to see me, his foot was almost parallel to the other one. The next time, 3 days later, he came in to see me, his foot was almost parallel. And he what he cares about, he's running faster. His teachers report that he's doing better in school, and I mean, it's changed his life.
She came in 2 weeks ago and had this smile on her face, and I asked her, I said, what's going on? And she looked at me and said, I'm pregnant. I said, you're pregnant? That's amazing, congratulations. I said, how long have you been trying? And she turned and looked at me with a real straight face and said, I've never been on birth control. We just never thought I could get pregnant, that I could conceive. And then she turned to me and said, I know it's been being under this care. I know upper cervical specific care has changed my life, has allowed my body to function the way it's supposed to, and given my body then the ability to function properly so that I could then conceive.
There was a 10-year-old boy who, his sister and his mother and father are real good patients. And last Thanksgiving, you know, Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving, you say thanks. The family gets together and Grandma is there and they're all holding hands at the table and they have to say, what are you thankful for? Each person. It came to that 10-year-old and he says, I'm thankful for Dr. Kuhn. And it isn't just me, it's recognizing that he has his health. He could come in with a flu or a cold and get adjusted and the next day be fine. And he sees his other kids in the classroom all sick and whatever. And he was smart enough to say, I thank you for Dr. Kuhn. I really appreciated that.